Hello, English learners. Welcome back to Talk English Now. I'm Sarah, and today we're going to talk about something that every learner struggles with at some point. Remembering English words more easily. Vocabulary is the foundation of fluency, but many students feel frustrated when they forget words right after learning them. Today, I want to guide you step by step, showing you simple ways to make new words stick in your memory and stay there. Let's begin by thinking about this question. Have you ever studied a new word, repeated it a few times, and then the next day, it was completely gone? That's normal. Our brain naturally forgets things if we don't connect them to something meaningful. So the secret is not just to memorize words, but to make them part of your daily life. I'll show you how. Imagine you learn the word journey. If you only look at the definition, your brain doesn't feel any connection. But if you imagine yourself on a journey, traveling to another city, or starting a new journey in your English learning, suddenly the word has meaning. When you can feel the word, not just see it, it becomes easier to remember. Repeat after me, journey. Now try saying, learning English is a journey. Excellent. See how the word becomes alive when you use it in your own sentence? That's what makes it stick. Another way to help your memory is to use words in context. Context means the situation or story where the word belongs. For example, let's take the word bright. If you just memorize bright means full of light, it may disappear from your mind tomorrow. But if you think of a bright morning, or a bright student, or a bright idea, your brain connects the word to real experiences. Try it with me. Say, the sun is bright today. Good. Now say, she is a bright student. And finally, that's a bright idea. Can you feel how the same word changes in different sentences? That variety makes the memory stronger. Now, one of the biggest problems learners face is that they learn too many words at once. The brain gets overloaded and nothing stays. Instead of learning 10 or 20 new words in a day, focus on 3 to 5 and use them many times. Think of it like planting seeds. If you throw hundreds of seeds on dry ground, most won't grow. But if you plant just a few seeds and water them daily, they grow into strong plants. Vocabulary is the same. Let's practice this together. Here are 3 words: helpful, confused, and choose. Repeat after me slowly. Helpful, confused, choose. Now let's put them into real sentences. Say, my teacher is very helpful. Good. Say, I feel confused when the instructions are not clear. Perfect. And now, I will choose the red shirt. You see, by repeating and practicing immediately, you make these words part of your active vocabulary. Here's another secret. Speak the words out loud. Don't only read them silently in your mind. When you speak, your brain uses more areas, your mouth, your ears, your memory. That makes the word stronger. Even if you're alone, say the word aloud. Imagine teaching it to someone else. The more senses you use, the more you remember. Now let's try a reflection exercise. Think about yesterday. Did you learn any new words? Can you remember them now? If yes, how did you practice them? If not, don't worry. From today, you'll start using the techniques we're learning together. One of my favorite techniques is shadowing. Shadowing means listening to a sentence and repeating it immediately, like a shadow follows your body. This helps your memory and also your pronunciation. Let's try it. I'll say a short sentence and you repeat after me right away. I enjoy learning English words. Again. I enjoy learning English words. Good. Now say, new words are becoming easier for me. Perfect. Notice how your mouth and your ears are both working. This combination makes learning more powerful. You're not just memorizing, you're living the language. I also want to talk about emotions. Did you know that when you connect a word to an emotion, you remember it more easily? For example, think of the word delicious. If you only read delicious means tasty, it's not strong. But if you remember a delicious pizza you ate last week, the word becomes unforgettable. Emotion is the glue that helps memory. Let's test this. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine your favorite food. Smell it, taste it, enjoy it. Now say the word delicious. Feel the connection? That's how memory works. Another trick is to make small stories. If you want to remember several words, put them into a funny or unusual story. For example, let's say you want to remember cat, rain, and umbrella. You can create a story. The cat was carrying an umbrella in the rain. It's silly, but because it's unusual, your brain remembers it better. Try making your own mini-story now. Take 3 random words you know and connect them in a sentence. Don't worry if it sounds strange. That's the point. The stranger the story, the stronger the memory. You're already doing great, and the most important thing is not to be afraid of forgetting. Forgetting is part of learning. When you forget a word and then see it again, your brain becomes stronger. It's like exercising a muscle. Every time you recall a word, you make the memory deeper. So instead of thinking, I always forget, tell yourself, each time I remember again, I'm training my memory. That mindset changes everything. You stop feeling frustrated and start feeling proud of your progress. Before we move on, let's do a short shadowing practice. Repeat after me. I can remember English words more easily. I am getting better every day. English words stay in my memory. Excellent. You see, when you repeat affirmations like this, you build confidence as well as vocabulary. In the next section, we'll explore more strategies to make your vocabulary practice effective and enjoyable, so that learning feels natural and fun. You're not just learning words, you're building a new world of expression. Keep going with me, because this journey is only getting better. Now let's dive deeper into another powerful way to remember English words. Using associations. Associations are connections that your brain naturally makes between ideas. The stronger the connection, the stronger the memory. For example, if you want to remember the word mountain, you might connect it with an image of a tall peak, a hiking trip you once took, or even a movie scene where characters climb a mountain. The brain doesn't just hold words, it holds pictures, sounds, and feelings. If you connect all of them, your memory grows stronger. Let's practice together. I'll say a word, and I want you to imagine something immediately. Ready? The word is river. Did you see water flowing? Maybe you imagined sitting near a riverbank or watching the reflection of the sky. Now say out loud, the river is beautiful. Very good. Do you feel how much easier the word is to remember when you connect it with a picture in your mind? Another word, library. Can you see the shelves, the books, the quiet atmosphere? Now say, the library is full of books. Excellent. This is not just practice. It's training your brain to link words with real images and emotions. When learning vocabulary, it's also helpful to learn opposites. Opposites create balance in your mind, and when you know one, you naturally remember the other. For example, the word happy is often remembered better when you also learn sad. If you want to remember hot, it's easier if you connect it to cold. Your brain stores them as pairs. Let's try this. Repeat after me. Happy, sad, hot, cold, good. Now let's make sentences. Say, I feel happy when I learn new words. I feel sad when I forget words. The tea is hot. The water is cold. Perfect. Opposites give your mind an anchor, and you'll find the words stick longer. I also recommend practicing words in small groups or themes. For example, if you're learning food vocabulary, don't just study apple alone. Study apple, banana, orange, and grapes together. The theme of fruits makes it easier for your memory to store them. Later, when you think of apple, the other fruit names also appear in your memory. It's like storing files in the same folder. Let's do a theme practice. Our theme will be feelings. Repeat after me. Excited, nervous, relaxed. Now let's try sentences. Say, I feel excited before a trip. I feel nervous before an exam. I feel relaxed when I listen to music. Well done. Do you notice how this theme helps you remember the group as a whole? Now, let's add something important. Review. Many learners study a word once and never look at it again, but review is the key to long-term memory. Your brain needs to see the word again and again at different times. This is called SPA, said repetition. The first review should be soon after learning, then a few hours later, then the next day, then a week later. Each time you review, the memory becomes stronger. Let's practice reviewing together. Do you remember the word journey from earlier? Say it with me again. Journey. Good. Now use it in a sentence. Learning English is a journey. Excellent. Just by repeating now, you've made the memory stronger. Let's also review bright. Say, the sun is bright today. And that's a bright idea. Wonderful. Do you feel the connection becoming stronger? That's how review works. Here's a reflection question for you. How many times do you usually review new words after learning them? If your answer is once or twice, that's not enough. Aim to meet the word at least 5 or 6 times in different contexts. That's when your memory really locks it in. I want to remind you of something very important. Learning English words doesn't have to feel heavy or stressful. The more fun you make it, the more easily you'll remember. Use games, songs, jokes, or even little competitions with yourself. For example, you can challenge yourself to use a new word 3 times in a conversation today. If you succeed, reward yourself with something small, like a piece of chocolate or a break with your favorite activity. These little rewards train your brain to enjoy learning. Now let's do another guided practice. I'll give you 3 words and we'll make them fun. The words are helpful, confused, and choose. Do you remember them from earlier? Let's play with them again. Say, my friend was helpful when I needed advice. Good. Now say, I was confused about the directions. Excellent. And finally, I will choose my favorite color. By reusing these words, you're building a stronger and stronger memory. Another important trick is personalization. If you use the word to describe your own life, you'll never forget it. For example, if the new word is delicious, don't just say pizza is delicious. Instead, think of your own favorite food and say it. Maybe it's, my mother's soup is delicious. When you personalize, the word becomes part of your story. Let's try it. Think of a word you learned today and connect it to your own life. I'll give you a moment. Now, say a sentence out loud using that word in your personal experience. Perfect. That's how you make the vocabulary truly yours. Before we continue, let me give you a quick, friendly reminder. If you're enjoying this lesson, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel for more daily English practice. Your support helps us keep creating lessons for you every day, and it also gives you daily opportunities to keep improving. Now, let's continue. Another way to strengthen your vocabulary is to write it down. Writing activates a different part of your brain. When you write the word by hand, your memory builds a physical connection to it. You don't need to write pages and pages. Just write the word a few times, maybe in a notebook or on sticky notes. Some learners like to put sticky notes on objects around the house. For example, write mirror and stick it on the mirror. Every time you see it, you remember. Try this at home. Choose 5 objects a row, and label them in English. Chair, table, door, window, phone. Each time you see them, say the word aloud. After a week, these words will never leave your memory. And don't worry if your family or friends think it looks funny. You are training your brain, and soon they'll see your English improving. That's worth it. I also want to encourage you to practice listening. Many learners focus only on reading words, but listening to them in real conversations is essential. When you hear the word used naturally, your brain gets the rhythm, the sound, and the context all at once. That makes memory deeper. Let's practice listening with shadowing again. I'll say a sentence, and you repeat after me. The library is full of books. Again. The library is full of books. Now try, I feel relaxed when I listen to music. Excellent. Did you notice how repetition builds comfort? This is how we move from learning words to truly owning them. Remember, words are not just for tests. They are tools for communication. The goal is not only to recognize them, but to use them naturally in conversations. That's why speaking aloud, shadowing, and connecting words to personal life are so important. You're doing amazing so far. Stay with me, because in the next part, we'll go even further. I'll show you how to use storytelling, memory tricks, and cultural insights to make English words unforgettable. This is where your learning becomes powerful and creative. Now let's move into one of my favorite methods for remembering English words: storytelling. Humans have told stories for thousands of years, and our brains are designed to remember them. If you put new words into a story, you'll be surprised how quickly they stick. Imagine you want to learn the words umbrella, storm, and street. If you just memorize the 3 words separately, they might fade tomorrow. But if you make a story like, "I was walking down the street with my umbrella when a big storm started," suddenly the words are connected. Your mind can recall the story, and the words come with it. Let's try together. I'll give you 3 words: teacher, coffee, and late. Make a story with me. Say, "The teacher was late because she stopped to buy coffee." Good. Now try it again a little faster. "The teacher was late because she stopped to buy coffee." Perfect. You see, even though it's a simple story, the connection makes the words easier to hold. Now it's your turn. Think of 3 random words you already know. Put them into a small story right now. Don't worry if it sounds silly. The sillier, the better. Excellent. By creating stories, you are practicing like a native speaker. Another very powerful memory trick is visualization. Visualization means using your imagination to create a clear picture in your mind. For example, let's take the word giant. If you just read giant means very big, it may not stay. But if you close your eyes and imagine a giant walking through your city, suddenly the word is unforgettable. Let's try a few together. Imagine the word whisper. Close your eyes. Picture someone leaning close and speaking softly. Now say the word out loud. Whisper. Good. Now say, "I heard a whisper in the library." Excellent. Visualization makes vocabulary more colorful and alive. Here's another. The word bridge. Imagine a bridge connecting 2 cities. See the water below, the cars passing. Now say, "The bridge is very long." Wonderful. Every word you visualize becomes part of your memory library. There's also a method called exaggeration. This means making the word bigger, funnier, or stranger in your mind. If the word is small, imagine something so small you need a magnifying glass to see it. If the word is fast, imagine a cheetah running past a train. Exaggeration helps because the brain remembers unusual images more than normal ones. Let's exaggerate now. The word is cold. Don't just think of normal cold. Imagine ice covering your hands, your nose turning red, your breath like smoke in the air. Now say, "The water is cold." Great. By exaggerating, you create a strong memory picture. I also want you to notice the rhythm of English words. Rhythm helps memory too. For example, say this slowly with me. Easy, breezy, easy, breezy. The rhyme and rhythm make it fun, and fun makes memory stronger. That's why many learners remember song lyrics more easily than vocabulary lists. Let's practice with rhythm. Repeat after me. Happy and snappy. Again, happy and snappy. Good. Now, big and quick. Big and quick. Do you see how rhythm gives the words music? This is another memory secret. Now let's combine everything so far into a practice routine. I'll give you a new word, and we'll go step by step. Visualize, exaggerate, put it in a story, and then repeat. Ready? The word is climb. First, visualize climbing a tall mountain. Second, exaggerate. Imagine climbing the tallest mountain in the world, so high your head touches the clouds. Third, put it in a story. I will climb a mountain with my friend. Finally, repeat the sentence aloud twice. I will climb a mountain with my friend. Wonderful. Do you notice how much stronger that feels than just reading a dictionary definition? Here's another practice word, forget. Visualize yourself searching for keys and realizing you forgot them. Exaggerate. Imagine you forgot your shoes and went outside barefoot. Story. I forgot my homework at home. Repeat. I forgot my homework at home. Great. This 4-step process can be used anytime with any new word. Let's pause for a moment and reflect. Ask yourself, what method felt most powerful for you so far? Stories, visualization, opposites, rhythm, or exaggeration? Think for a second. The answer will be different for everyone, and that's okay. The best method is the one that feels natural and fun for you. I also want to share a cultural insight. In English, some words carry polite or emotional weight. For example, the difference between hungry and starving. If someone says, I'm starving, it's not always literal. It can mean they are very hungry, but it's often said in a dramatic, casual way. Knowing these cultural shades makes words more memorable because you connect not only with meaning, but with how people actually use them. Let's try. Repeat after me. I'm hungry. Now, I'm starving. Can you feel the difference in strength? The first is polite and simple. The second is strong and emotional. This emotional contrast makes both words easier to remember. Here's another example. Tired versus exhausted. Say, I'm tired after work. Now, I'm exhausted after working all day. The stronger emotion makes the memory stronger too. Sometimes you'll also notice polite expressions help you keep words longer. For example, instead of just saying, help me, English speakers often say, could you help me, please? When you learn the polite form, the phrase feels complete and natural, so your brain keeps it longer. Repeat after me. Could you help me, please? Again, could you help me, please? Excellent. See how polite phrases can feel smoother in your mouth? That smoothness makes them easier to recall in real situations. Now, let's do an interactive practice. I'll ask you a question, and you answer out loud, even if no one can hear you. Ready? What is something delicious you ate recently? Good. Did you use the word delicious? That practice makes it stick. Another question. What is something that confused you this week? Did you say, I was confused about? Perfect. Speaking your answers out loud is one of the best ways to practice because it turns passive memory into active use. Now let's review some words we've worked on so far. Repeat after me. Journey. Bright. Helpful. Confused. Choose. Delicious. Great. Now put 2 of them into a sentence. Say, The journey was bright and exciting. Very nice. Let's try another. Say, the teacher was helpful when I was confused. Wonderful. By combining words, you create stronger connections in your memory. You're doing fantastic. And I want you to notice something. You've already practiced dozens of words in meaningful ways today. You're not only remembering vocabulary, you're training your brain to learn faster in the future. Each time you practice like this, your memory muscles grow stronger. Here's one more advanced technique: teaching. When you explain a word to someone else, even if it's imaginary, you understand it deeper and remember it longer. So next time you learn a new word, pretend you are the teacher. Explain the meaning, give an example, and even ask your imaginary student to repeat. You'll be amazed how this cements the word in your mind. Let's try right now. Take one word we practiced today. Imagine your friend doesn't know it. Explain the meaning in simple English, then give them a sentence. Did you do it? Wonderful. You've just used the teaching technique, one of the most powerful of all. We've covered so much already, but there's still more to explore. In the next part, we'll focus on daily life integration, how to make English words part of your routine so you never feel like you're studying, but instead living the language. This is how fluency grows naturally. Stay with me, you're building something amazing. Let's now focus on how to bring English words into your daily life so they become a natural part of your routine. Many learners make the mistake of keeping English only in a study corner. They open a book, memorize some words, and then close the book. But your brain remembers best when the language is connected to real experiences throughout your day. Think about your morning routine. When you wake up, you can immediately start practicing. Look at the objects around you and say their names in English. Say, this is my bed. I am brushing my teeth. I am drinking water. These simple sentences turn ordinary moments into memory practice. Now imagine your afternoon. If you go outside, look at the world around you in English. See the street, the car, the shop, the tree. Say them quietly to yourself. If you buy something, think of the English words. If you eat lunch, describe it in English. My sandwich is delicious. This constant, gentle practice builds strong, natural memory. And in the evening, review your day in English. You can do it like a short story. For example, say, I woke up early. I went to the shop. I bought fruit. The fruit was fresh. I watched a movie. The movie was exciting. This daily storytelling in English is one of the best ways to keep words alive in your memory. Let's practice right now. Think about your last 24 hours. Describe them out loud using simple English. Even if it's only a few sentences, speak them now. Very good. By doing this daily, you will find your vocabulary sticking naturally. Another great method is journaling. Writing a short daily journal in English is powerful because it connects your words with your emotions and experiences. You don't need to write a long essay. Just 2 or 3 sentences every day is enough. For example, today I felt tired, but I was happy to learn a new English word. Or, I ate rice and chicken for lunch. It was delicious. These small notes become part of your memory diary. Try writing one short sentence about today right now. Excellent. That sentence is now part of your English memory forever. Here's a question learners often ask. Sarah, should I memorize vocabulary lists? My answer is, lists can be helpful, but only if you use the words in real sentences. Reading a long list without context is like looking at names in a phone book. You'll forget them quickly. But if you take a list and create sentences or connect the words to your life, then it works. For example, if the list has the word travel, don't just repeat travel, travel, travel. Instead, say, I want to travel to London. Say it again, I want to travel to London. The personal connection makes it memorable. Let's try with another word. Study. Say, I study English every evening. Good. And one more. Relax. Say, I relax by listening to music. Do you see how the words now feel real instead of just abstract items on a list? That's the difference. I also recommend mixing old and new words together. Many learners forget old vocabulary because they only focus on the new ones. So, when you practice, combine both. If today you learn excited, also use it with an old word like school. Say, I am excited to go to school. That way, you review and learn at the same time. Another important habit is listening daily, even if it's only for a few minutes. Listen to English songs, podcasts, or short videos. When you hear a new word, pause and repeat it. The more often you hear it, the stronger it becomes. Think about how children learn their first language. They don't sit with a vocabulary list. They hear words every day in different situations. You can do the same with English. Let's practice listening and repeating right now. I'll say some natural phrases. Repeat after me. I need some water. Again, I need some water. Next, I want to go outside. Again, I want to go outside. And one more. This music is amazing. Perfect. These small repetitions mirror real-life listening. I also want you to understand the power of curiosity. When you feel curious about a word, you remember it longer. For example, maybe you hear a funny expression like, break the ice. If you ask, why do people say that? And then learn the meaning, you'll never forget it. Break the ice means to start a conversation in a friendly way. Imagine meeting someone new, feeling nervous, and then telling a little joke to break the ice. Now the phrase is alive in your mind. Repeat after me. It's good to break the ice at a party. Very good. Curiosity turns words into treasures, not chores. Sometimes you might feel lazy or tired and think, I don't want to practice today. That's normal. On those days, do something very small, maybe just one sentence or one word review. Even a little practice keeps the chain alive. Consistency is more important than intensity. 10 minutes every day is better than 2 hours once a week. Let's test this with a mini exercise. Say one sentence in English right now. Anything about your day. Did you do it? Excellent. That's the small step that matters. Here's another tip. Use technology wisely. There are many apps that send you reminders or flashcards for words. But don't just tap the card and move on. Speak the word, use it in a sentence, maybe even write it down. Technology is a tool, but your active practice is what makes the memory strong. I'd like you to practice a short shadowing exercise again. I'll give you some positive sentences that also help with motivation. Repeat them after me. I am learning new words every day. Again, I am learning new words every day. Next, English words are staying in my memory. Again, English words are staying in my memory. And one more. I am becoming more fluent, step by step. Excellent. Positive words build positive feelings, and that makes memory stick even better. Let's now talk about using questions. Questions are very powerful because they force your brain to think actively. For example, if you learn the word plan, don't just say plan, plan, plan. Instead, ask yourself, what are my plans for tomorrow? Then answer in English, my plan is to study English. That active thinking creates deeper memory. Try it now. Ask yourself, what did I eat yesterday? Answer in English, I ate rice. Great. Another one. What will I do tomorrow? Answer in English, I will practice English words. Perfect. Questions push your brain to recall, and recall builds retention. Another method is noticing language in real life. If you see English on a sign, a product, or online, stop for a moment. Read it aloud. Think about what it means. Even if it's a word you already know, repeating it makes your memory stronger. This habit turns the world into your classroom. Finally, I want to encourage you with this truth. Your brain is capable of remembering far more than you believe. Many learners think, I have a bad memory, but memory is not fixed. It's a skill you can train. The more you practice with methods like visualization, storytelling, daily life use, and repetition, the stronger your memory becomes. Let's end this section with a short confidence exercise. Repeat after me. My memory is improving every day. Again, my memory is improving every day. And now, I can remember English words easily. Wonderful. You're building not only vocabulary, but belief in yourself. Stay with me, because in the next part, we'll bring everything together. We'll practice more advanced examples, mix in reflection, and finish with powerful strategies to make English words a permanent part of your speaking and listening. You're doing so well. Let's keep going. Now that you've practiced so many techniques with me, let's bring everything together and make your learning even stronger. At this stage, it's not just about remembering single words. It's about connecting them into natural speech so they stay in your memory permanently. One advanced strategy is chaining. Chaining means linking one word to the next in a smooth flow, almost like creating a chain of ideas. For example, if you want to practice morning, coffee, and work, you can say, in the morning, I drink coffee before I go to work. The words are connected in one thought. Because they're linked, your brain remembers them more easily. Let's try it together. Say, in the morning I drink coffee before I go to work. Very good. Now try chaining these words. Evening, relax, music. Say, in the evening I relax by listening to music. Excellent. Chaining is a natural way to practice because it feels like real life. Another advanced method is substitution. Substitution means taking a word in a sentence and replacing it with another word to make new sentences. For example, start with the tea is hot. Replace hot with cold. Say, the tea is cold. Replace tea with coffee. Say, the coffee is cold. Replace coffee with soup. Say, the soup is cold. In just a few moments, you've practiced many words and structures. Let's try together. Start with, my friend is helpful. Now change helpful to kind. Say, my friend is kind. Now change friend to teacher. Say, my teacher is kind. You see, substitution multiplies your practice without feeling boring. Reflection is also important now. Think about the past few minutes. How many new sentences have you spoken today? Probably more than you would in a week of traditional study. And every sentence you spoke is training your memory. So pause for a moment and feel proud. You are doing the work that makes real fluency possible. Now let's bring in another powerful trick, combining memory with emotions and rhythm through affirmations. When you repeat positive sentences in English, you're not just practicing words, you're also training your confidence. Confidence is like a magnet for memory. If you believe you can remember, you will. Repeat after me slowly. I am confident in my English. Again, I am confident in my English. Now say, new words stay in my memory. Good. And one more. I enjoy speaking English. Perfect. Each affirmation is like planting a seed of confidence in your mind. Here's another exercise. Conversation rehearsal. Conversation rehearsal means practicing sentences you might actually use in real life. For example, imagine you're meeting a new person. You can practice saying, "Hello, nice to meet you. What do you do?" Imagine the reply, then practice answering, I am studying English. I enjoy it. This is powerful because when the real conversation happens, your brain will already know the words. Let's rehearse one more. Imagine you are at a cafe. Say, "Could I have a cup of coffee, please?" Now imagine the waiter asks, "Anything else?" Reply, "Yes, I would like a sandwich." Excellent. Rehearsing these little conversations makes vocabulary unforgettable because it connects to real actions. I also want to show you how reviewing past words in new ways strengthens memory. Let's take some of the words we practiced earlier. Bright, confused, choose, delicious, journey. Instead of repeating them alone, let's create a short story. Say with me, my journey was bright and exciting. I was confused at first, but then I chose a delicious meal to enjoy. Did you notice how all the words are working together now? This is advanced memory practice, combining everything into one flowing idea. At this point, you may be asking yourself, how do I make sure I keep improving after this lesson? The answer is simple. Practice a little every day and keep using the techniques we practiced together. Visualization, storytelling, chaining, substitution, journaling, conversation rehearsal. These are tools you can use anytime. Think about your next 24 hours. Where can you use English words? Maybe while walking to school or work, you can describe what you see. Maybe before bed, you can write 2 sentences in your journal. Maybe at lunch, you can think of the English words for the food on your plate. Every small step adds up to huge progress. Now let's end with one more guided shadowing session to bring everything together. Repeat these sentences after me and speak them with confidence. I can remember English words easily. I practice every day and my memory is strong. New words become part of my life. I am improving my English step by step. I am proud of my progress. Excellent. I want you to take a moment and think back to the beginning of this lesson. You started by listening to me talk about forgetting words, and now you've practiced dozens of techniques to keep them alive. That's real progress, and you should feel proud of yourself right now. And remember, learning English is not just about memory, it's about connection. Every word you learn is a bridge to understanding new ideas, meeting new people, and sharing your thoughts with the world. So keep practicing with joy, not with pressure. Joy makes learning natural. Before I say goodbye, let me give you one last encouragement. You don't need to be perfect to be successful. You just need to keep going. Even if you forget sometimes, even if you make mistakes, you are still moving forward. Fluency is not about never forgetting. It's about remembering again and again until it becomes natural. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I'm really proud of your effort, and I know you are improving with every single practice. Keep using these techniques daily, and you'll notice your vocabulary growing stronger and stronger. And finally, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icon so you don't miss future lessons. This way, you can keep learning with me every day and continue your journey to fluency. I'll see you in the next lesson. Keep smiling, keep practicing, and keep believing in yourself. You've got this.